Hey, what's up everybody? Your boy John here from Maximum Overdrive, and today, yep, you guessed it, we got the review coming up of our Replica AC Shelby Cobra, so stay tuned, we got that review coming right at you. So we're going to start at the front, give you a nice high-level overview of the car, talk about it, talk about kind of the price, attainable, what you can do to get one of these, and go from there. So this is painted a nice royal blue with a beautiful white pinstripe down the center. You can obviously see that. This car happened to be in two movies. It was in Charlie's Angels and The Fast and the Furious. When you're starting off looking at the front end of the car, I mean, it is an exact replica for the most part. I mean, everything's pretty much the same as the original. Obviously, there are differences when you start modifying it, which we have done some mods to it. But as you look at the front of the car, there is no grille, so it's exposed. So you got to be careful when following people, or you're going to take some serious rock damage going into the radiator there and hitting things and breaking things, which can be a real problem. So I recommend you driving your car around. Try to stay back from people so you don't get rocks flipped up. That's for any car in general, but this one in particular because there's no shielding there, so that's just going to go right through and cause some damage, some unwanted damage you don't want to have to pay for or deal with. Kind of moving back a little bit, these are aluminum polished rims. They're nice. They came with the car, so it kind of came again as that portion of the kit. The engine is something that we did change. The original kit cars came with a 427. They now, I believe, come with a Ford 460, and that's what's in this, except we've stroked it out to 512. We've also added Holley EFI sniper system, so fuel injection has now been added, and I'll tell you what, that has made a huge difference. So big shout out to our boys at Snake Pit Customs up here in Indianapolis. They added that to the car for us, as well as adding a new B&M shifter. The original one was, I'm just going to call it, it was wonky. It had some plastic pieces to it. It wasn't real friendly. The stainless steel or brushed chrome that's in there right now, it's beautiful. It works very well. It does take a little while to get used to from the standpoint it's got kind of that pullback lever where in order to switch gears you got to meet kind of the criteria of force to pull back on it. But once you get used to it, it's simple and straightforward. Obviously it is an automatic. It does have a custom walnut steering wheel, which is pretty cool. Everything works on the car as you would expect with a car like this. There are some electrical gremlins from time to time. You'll find every now and then a gauge may just stop working or whatnot. But hey, that can happen on any car. One of the things that's interesting about this particular piece is the windshield wipers are actually just for looks. That's right, just for looks. So at least on this car, if you're driving down the road and it starts raining, yeah, you ain't got no windshield wipers, so you're in trouble. Also, obviously, there's no hardtop to it. You know, it is what it is. So you start raining, or it starts raining, and which it has happened to me on at least one occasion where I had to pull over an underpass. I was getting hit pretty hard with rain, and you know, if you're a tall guy or tall girl, you know, your head's going to stick above the windshield, which is quite funny because as you're driving down the road and it's raining, your whole face is getting smacked with water, so you got to kind of bury your head underneath the windshield. From a roll cage perspective, it does have a partial roll for the driver. Sorry, passenger. Yeah, if that happens, you're pretty much getting flung out of the car. So again, that's why I say be extra safe, because even if something like that were to unfortunately happen, you know, that's not going to protect you because your head typically sticks up further than the roll cage. So yeah, you're basically just going to be a mushy pile on the ground. So you want to be safe when you're driving it. Only kick your car down on flat, straight roads. Typically, don't try and show off. You know, you hit a patch of bad gravel, and the next thing you know, you're in a place you don't want to be, and you don't want to hurt yourself or anybody else. Moving to the tires, so on the rear, we got the 315 35s, and these specific tires, while good, and they bite fairly well, the problem is the car is so lightweight that you really need slicks on it, and probably heated up for that matter, to be able to really get a good dig, a good bite and go, because otherwise you kind of got to manage the throttle. Otherwise you'll just sit there and melt the tires. And that's not what you want to do, because if you're not applying the horsepower to the pavement, you're just spinning. Anybody can beat you, okay? And so with this specific car, I would say slicks would be the way to go. Will we put slicks on it? I don't know yet. You know, we just like cruising this as a Sunday cruiser. It's great for that. It works good going down the dog and suds or going by your favorite place where there's a bunch of people. And one thing's for sure about this car, everybody turns ahead and stares at the car. Regardless, people are looking at it. Not only does it sound the part, but it looks the part. And again, you know, at a very high level, you know, the sound of a McLaren or the sound of a Hellcat or, you know, whatever, those are all great. They sound great. I'm not down on them. But this is the original muscle. I mean, this is what you think about when you think about American muscle car. This is the epitome of that. I'd also say the Yenko comes in a sharp second place behind this. That supercharger whine is extravagant. It's music to your ears. So, you know, one question that we get a lot of, actually two, how's the trunk space? Well, it does actually have a pretty good amount of trunk space in it. You could definitely take this and pick up groceries if that's what you wanted to do. I don't know why that's a popular question, but it's been asked a lot. The other thing is, you know, can you afford one of these? Can you get one of these? I've seen the #1 comment in question is not only how much, but, you know, what do you got to do to get one, or how can you get one? First of all, you can go search them online and get the ones that are already built, or you can get yourself a kit. The kit without the engine, okay? Go online and double check for yourself. It's gonna run you anywhere between 30 and 50, and then you gotta do, you know, you obviously gotta get your engine, decide what you wanna do with that. And there's some various other pieces that you're gonna wanna potentially modify and put on the car. So at the end of the day, I mean, this is attainable by anybody. I mean, you know, you can get it over time. And when I say by anybody, you can start off slow. You don't have to buy everything at once. Start buying pieces for it. You know, save up for the big part, which is going to be the kit and the engine. You can pick up the tires and start getting little pieces and whatnot. If this is your dream ride, if this is something that you look forward to being able to have one day, I promise you it's within your reach. And start, you know, obviously start doing your planning for it, start saving, but start collecting the little pieces here and there. So if you start today, you know, 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, whatever the time period is, you get your car, you put it together, and you're going to be extremely happy that you did it and you got exactly what you wanted. So this car, any of the kit cars for that matter, is something that's absolutely attainable. Just go on, do your research, see which specific one you're interested in, because they got a lot of different styles of kit cars. And then, yeah, from there, pick out what you want and get it. Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to watch. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this channel. We'll keep the content coming, and I'm sure you're going to love what you see.